Hello everyone, Z3KO Trinity here. Today is Movie Monday, even though it's close to being Monday, because tomorrow is Monday. And it is July 3rd, and if you hear any weird noises in the backgrounds, that's just my neighbor shooting off fireworks. They're usually a day late and $1 short, if you know what I mean. So, if you hear any weird crackling in the background, you'll know what it is. But anyway, I'm doing my movie review on Creep. Now, before we get into the discussion of this movie, I had bought this movie spontaneously. I went to Walmart, saw it on the shelf, and I was like, ooh, from the makers of Paranormal Activity and The Purge. So I just immediately bought it. And it turns out I was so glad that I bought that movie because it was awesome. It ain't like a top favorite movie, but for it being what it is a great movie. I felt like this was a real organic movie, I want to say. Like, instead of it being like the typical paranormal stuff that horror movies have been coming out with, this felt more down to earth, more realistic. And I was very glad I was able to buy it. But I'm going to get into what the movie is about now. What it's about is it has two actors in it. The two actors are the ones who wrote and directed the movie. The director was Mark Duplass. He plays this guy named Joseph. And the other guy is Patrick Bryce. He plays Aaron. This guy right there, the camera guy. And basically, Joseph puts out an ad for $1,000 for 1 day of filming service, which Aaron answers the call and goes to his house to meet up with him to see what kind of filming service he's talking about. And when he arrives there, he's not at home. It's like this log cabin place, which actually the scenery in this movie looks beautiful. I love the forest that they're in. I love the log cabin and everything. I just thought it was really nice. But anyway, he looks around, sees this axe, and immediately to me, I was like, oh, that's foreshadowing, just a creepy random axe there. But, yeah, it turns out this guy, he says that he has a brain tumor size of a golf ball or baseball. I think he said golf ball. Yeah, it was golf ball. He says that he's got a child on the way, and he's afraid that he's going to die before the kid gets to see him and like learn who he is and stuff. So he's wanting Aaron to record him for one whole day to basically show his son all about him, what he really is, what his dad's really like, stuff like that. And I thought, okay, well, that's, pretty interesting. And then it gets into the name of the movie, where it's Creep, because this guy is actually really freaking creepy. First thing he does, he just goes immediately to the shower. Oh, my bad. The bath. No, it don't show no nudity, so don't get all in a bunch. But he started doing a thing called tubby time, where he's like, my dad used to do tubby time with me, and now I want to show my son what tubby time is, and blah, 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 blah. So he reenacts pretending like he's dipping his child in the bathtub and putting it on his chest, and I thought that part was hilarious, to be honest. But still, this guy is just really freaking creepy through the whole movie. I don't want to give out too much information if you haven't seen the movie. I want you to, live each moment of the movie, but it is definitely worth watching. That's basically the gist of the storyline. The backstory is the guy he's hired to film him for a day. Turns out this guy is really freaking creepy, and it just ends really cool, I think, anyway. But, yeah, now getting into the spoiling part, I thought that the movie kind of was outstretched. That would be my least favorite thing about the movie. Like, they could have shortened it a bit instead of dragging it out to him sending him 3 videotapes and sneaking to his house, which that part was extremely creepy, though. I'm glad they did that, and I'm glad that they ended it the way they did, but I just kind of felt like the whole doll with the necklace and the whole thing was just over, like, stretching the whole thing out. So I didn't really care too much for that. But my favorite thing about the movie is probably Peach Fuzz, because the story behind him and the dance he does is hilarious. Plus, I love the story he tells Aaron about his wife, how he snuck in wearing the mask and raped her, and they had ravenous, animalistic, sexual intercourse. I just thought that was hilarious. And I also loved the forest part where he just like for somebody who claims to have a brain tumor, he seems to be walking pretty fine, like sprinting all up those woods and all kinds of shit. But that was funny. I love the movie. I personally love the whole movie. But my favorite thing about the movie is that it had three alternate endings. The first one, which is the original ending of the movie, turns out, he sends the video. He wants this guy to meet up with him, to become friends and just forget all the weird, creepy stuff and just, make amends. Well, this guy Aaron shows up, sits on the bench, waiting for him. The dude shows up behind him wearing the Peach Fuzz mask, hits him in the head with the axe, and, cuts to him actually being a real serial killer, hiring people and then killing them off. Has a whole cabinet full of VHS tapes and DVDs of people he's killed. I mean, it's just crazy. But the ending that I kind of liked personally was the second ending, which actually had him and the Aaron guy become friends. They sat and talked to each other, got along, and became friends. Now, I love movies that have pretty good endings. It just depends with horror movies, because I know a lot of horror movies don't really end happily. But if they would have chose that ending, I believe that I would have loved it either way. And then the final ending was like a monkey paw effect, which, still snuck up behind him, but right before he hit him with the axe, the dude turns around, and then that's how it ends. You don't know whether he killed him with the axe successfully, you don't know when the guy dodged it and, was able to fight him back, so it leaves it open for you to decide, which is cool. I love the movie. I would probably give it a 9 out of 10, because it's not the perfect movie, but it's still a really, really good, well thought out movie. For just two actors, it had a great story, great locations. I loved looking at the forest and the woods that they're walking and stuff like that. Loved the sceneries. And I just love the alternate endings that you can pick and choose from. I just thought that was good. But anyway, that's my review for the movie. Let me know if you like the movie or not. Let me know in the comment below what ending you choose or chose, because that's grammar. And yeah, just let me know what you think of the movie. Also, one of my favorite parts I just wanted to throw out there was the fact that the guy drugged him and made him go to sleep. And he wakes up for that brief moment, was like, "Why'd you do that, Aaron? Why'd you do that?" And then just go back to sleep. I just thought the movie was funny. It was good. It was organic, like I said. No paranormal, supernatural, none of that. Just a real story, down to earth, easy. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's my movie review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace!